What's up, everybody? Big Cop Diesel coming at you, and I'm going to do a short video to talk about bicep curls. Bicep curls is probably the second most popular exercise, especially for men, after chest. All men want a big chest and want big arms. So, being that biceps is probably the second most popular exercise, it's also the one that's done incorrectly the most. So I'm just going to do a quick demonstration. I'm using a cambered bar to talk about a couple of things. So what cambered means is just that it has curves in it as opposed to a straight bar. Benefits of using a cambered bar is if using a straight bar causes pain in the forearms, normally because the ulna and the radius are twisting over each other to go into what's called an underhand grip, that might cause some pain or discomfort. So when you use the cambered bar, instead of forcing your hands to be flat, you get a little bit of an angle. So for somebody that experiences pain from using a straight bar, cambered bar might be an option for you. So first thing I want to talk about, number one mistake that I see people doing with biceps is they're lifting too heavy and they're using their body to get the weight up, so it looks something like this. So you'll see people, they'll kind of rock back to get the weight up like this. So a couple problems with that is, number one, you're using your back, which as the weight goes up can become problematic. Number two, you're using momentum to get the weight up, so the muscle isn't actually being engaged like you want it to. You want a full range of motion so that you can get a full range of development. So what you want to do here is, I always like to stand leaning slightly forward at the waist so that my arms are straight at the bottom. As I pull the bar up, I'm going to contract the biceps as hard as I can, pausing at the top and then returning slowly. So I may even get it up faster, but the key here is to squeeze as hard as I can at the top and then go down slow to let the eccentric portion or the lengthening portion of the exercise get the best benefit. Okay, so again, looks just like this: up, squeeze and hold, and then down nice and slow. So the other thing is, let's talk about weight. This is a 30-pound bar. Can I curl much more? Yeah, but as I go up in weight, then I have to start rocking back or cheating, which is what the Weider principle, for those of you that know who Joe Weider was. If you don't, learn your history. But that was what was called the cheating principle. Now, are there times and places you would use that? Sure, if you're at the end of a bicep workout, which you should be doing 12 to 15 sets, and we'll get into that in another video, and you're at the end and you really want to burn them out, then I could see you doing something like that to kind of get those last muscle fibers fired up. But that should not be the staple of your workout. So based on what I'm talking about as far as being able to get the weight up, squeezing as hard as you can, and then going down slow. So I started with 30. If I want to do a pyramid, next will be 40. And I'm gonna only go as high as I can to where I can get the bar up, contract as hard as possible, and down slow, all under control. If I get to 60 pounds and I find that I have to rock it to get it up, or I can't let it go down slow because it's too heavy, then I know that that's too much weight. And I give you another example. I can curl 100, I can curl 120. I can cheat them up, I can do however many sets, and I'll get it done. But I promise you that if I stick within the range that I should be at, which is going to be about 60 to 70 pounds, and I do them under control that way, I'm going to be way more sore the next day or 2 days later than I ever would be doing it the other way. So if you're struggling to get those biceps to grow, or you find that you're just not getting sore, give this a shot. And once you do that, just drop a comment below and just comment biceps to let me know that you found value in this and that you gave it a shot. All right, everybody, peace.